Now, in some ways, this was the worst year of my entire life for reasons I will get into in just a few seconds. But there's a phrase that I've come to love, and it's that everything is figured outable. Now, that comes from the title of a book by Marie Forleo. It's just called Everything is Figureoutable. The idea is that no matter what it is, there's an answer out there somewhere. Like everything is figureoutable. You can find a way forward. Like if you're facing a wall right now, there's a way around it, over it, through it. Like there's so many paths forward. Maybe you don't see that just now, but they exist. Like just because the path forward isn't immediately obvious does not mean that it doesn't exist. You just have to extend yourself a little bit and search out those answers, like what your next move is going to be, what course of action you're going to take. And you don't have to do it yourself. Like figuring it out, you shouldn't try to figure it out on your own. There are people that would love to help you. Like the entire world is full of people who would absolutely love to help you. And like that's just one of those mindsets that I've adopted over the last, a few decades probably. But you can adopt those mindsets relatively quickly and shed the ones that don't like serve you. You can take it upon yourself to figure out the answer. And I mean, when you think about it, you have survived all of your worst days. Like the worst days of your life so far are behind you. Like the evidence is that you are right here watching this YouTube video. Like you've made it, you've survived, you're here. And like nothing so far has been able to stop you from moving forward and figuring it out. And like this is going to be true for the rest of your life. Like you will always be able to figure it out. Everything is figure outable. Now, I've had several worst days of my life, and most of them seem to have occurred in the last 365 days. And in the last video, I told you about my assault charge this last year, and I think it was early 2023 that the official charge came, and it was last week. It was dropped just randomly before the court. Like I never even got a trial. I was really looking forward to the trial. Not to launch into a big tangent, but the my lawyer was kind of was copying me on emails to like the prosecution, and I was reading some of the prosecution's responses and like what they're talking about. Like they're idiots. Like they're actual clowns, and like I was really looking forward to just embarrassing them. But it never got that far because like they didn't have any evidence, and like because why would they? Because I didn't do anything. But anyway, actually, they did have one piece of evidence. It was a 1 second video of me putting my phone back in my pocket. Yeah, like that was seriously, that was the entirety of their evidence. And I mean, the only thing that thing is evidence of is that Halifax cops are dumb as shit. But moving on, the case got dropped, but a whole bunch of like terrible things or just shitty things happened in the last year. One thing, I mean, having my name in the paper like multiple times, like across the country, and for something that I didn't do, which is just like, man, that sucked. And even now, like the way the prosecution did it, man, it's so fucking cowardly. The way they worded it in their official, like, we were wrong, but we're not going to apologize, and also you get nothing. The way they worded it is that they no longer wish to proceed, so they're just going to drop it. And it's like, well, yeah, no shit, you no longer wish to proceed because you never had anything in the first place. And anyways, the whole thing was just Kafka-esque. Which I go into in the last video. I'm not going to rehash it because I don't want to get angry. But it was just like a stupid time. I mean, it was like some drunken hillbilly assaulted me, and I don't know. Anyway, long story short, it's over now. The worst days of my life so far are behind me. But over the last year, I've lost a lot of things. Like I've suffered a lot of losses, and like mostly just like financial losses, and like tranquility. I guess like I'm pretty unlovable. That's not a word, but it takes a lot to get me upset, right? Which is why like so many people were so surprised when this thing came out. It's like, really? Like, no, that doesn't sound like him. Like, are you sure you have the right guy? But it was a rough year, but does that mean that I just give up on this whole business thing? That I just shut down my channel and, just give up what I'm doing and just stop everything? I guess, it's too hard. I'll just give up, like stop moving forward, stop looking for, a solution, stop trying to figure stuff out. And no, like I made a resolution that no, this is not going to stop me. Like I have to. Like I have to keep going. Like it's not a question of like, am I going to keep going or not? Like the answer is like will always be yes, I have to. And I mean, like if you don't have like a dream or a vision, then you're already dead. And like you can't give that up no matter what. And like everything is figure outable. That's the attitude that you need to have. And like other people have figured it out too. If you don't immediately see the way forward, you can read a book, you can watch YouTube videos, you can ask people, you can do all of these things, experiment, try things, and one of those things will work. Like something is going to work. Like if you think of it like a maze, like just because you reach a dead end doesn't mean you can't back up and like go a different way. Like try something new. And what's always helped me is having this sort of delusional self-belief that like I'm always gonna make it, like I'm always gonna win in the end. Like there's no way, there's no possible like universe that could exist where I don't make it, where I don't win. And like this is like, is it like delusional to think that way? Yeah, probably, but that's just the attitude that you need to have. And on a practical level, I mean, I've got, backup plans and backup plans for those backup plans and contingencies to back up those backup plans. And like, I've always got something, something that I can do, some resource that I can call upon, my own like inner just will to win, will to move forward. I've got, friends, like my network is insane. Like I've been cultivating that purposefully for years and years. There are people that I can go to for help, and just the books in my library. Even the actor Will Smith said this a few years ago. He said that like no matter what it is, like what problem you're facing, like there's someone else out there who has also gone through something similar and solved it, or at least made progress towards solving it. And odds are they've written about it in a book, and it's a book that you can read and take inspiration from and ideas and try. Just believe that there's always a way and you always can move forward, because what's the alternative? What is the alternative? Failure is temporary, but quitting lasts for fucking ever. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But if you want to join my network, I've opened a private business mastermind on School, and it's called The Competitive Advantage. It's the first link down in the description, and it's almost a shame that I wasn't convicted of a crime, because then it would literally be a criminal mastermind. What do you know about comedy? But seriously, it's a great group of people that I have assembled in there, and we're all like ambitious, supportive entrepreneurs and creators, and we're all moving in different directions, but we're helping each other get to where we're going. And that community is specifically geared toward adding thousands of dollars of monthly recurring revenue to your business, and I will help you do that personally. We've got live calls with myself and with guests who come in and do like expert workshops. My time management course, Time Mastery, it's all in there as well. I'm inside that community every single day, just helping out and just helping people move to where they're going. And so we'd love to have you. It's the first link in the description. But beyond the mindset of everything being figure-outable, there's a tremendously valuable skill that I talk about in this video right here, and it's the ability to get your brain to do hard things. It's a very short video, but the advice that I share really helped me out tremendously. So enjoy the video, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time, but not in court.
I make time, all these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable.